Okay, so we're still in section 1, 2, and we're going to talk about intercepts. And what I have here is a graph. So we have our x-axis and our y-axis, and we have a unit scale of 1 for both. And so if I plot this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's no movement on the x-axis. So that means that this point's location is 0, 4. Okay? This is our y-axis, and this is where the line crosses the y-axis. So this is considered our y-intercept. Okay? So the coordinate of the y-intercept is 0, 4. So this would be our coordinate. Okay? And we could also say that the y-intercept is equal to 4. And so when we discuss later on creating an equation from a line, this is what you would use in that equation. One thing to notice is that if I'm on the y-axis, or if I'm the point on the y-axis, my x value is always 0. Okay? And so now let's look at our x-intercept. So our x-intercept is right here, and it's where the line or the graph crosses the x-axis. Okay? And so this is something that we're going to have to focus on a little bit later in the next chapter when we talk about quadratics, and it's a common theme that you'll see. But the x-intercept, so how many x values are we moving? 1, 2, 3, 4 backwards. So our x value is -4, and there's no y movement. We're on this even horizontal line, and that is going to equal -4, 0. So the x-intercept is -4, 0. That would be the coordinate. We could also list it as -4. And if I'm on the x-axis, the y value is always 0. Okay? So, one thing that we can do if I want to find an x-intercept or y-intercept is I can use these values knowing that, hey, if it's 0 for x, I can plug in 0 for x, and that's going to tell me what the y-intercept is. So this equation, if we look at our slope, I go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So my slope is going to be 1. Okay? And I know that my y-intercept is equal to 4, which is also b when we talk about our format of our linear equation. So I know that y is equal to the slope of 1 times x plus 4. Well, if I plug in a 0 for x, right, because the x value is always 0, it tells me what the y-intercept is.